Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll learn how we can import our devices from both NetBox and Slurp'it into Netpicker. So the way we do that is we go to devices, and we already discussed the other options such as adding devices manually or importing them from a CSV file. But what we're going to do in this video, we're going to try and use NetBox and Slurp'it. So I will go here. So if you want to import your devices from NetBox into Netpicker, you need an endpoint. And the endpoint would be the IP address or the FQDN of the machine or NetBox system attached to /API. So for example, if you're running NetBox locally, that would be the IP address of your NetBox attached to /API. If your NetBox service is running on the cloud or somewhere on the internet, then that will be the resolvable domain name plus API. So I'm using the sandbox, the available sandbox public playground of NetBox. This is my endpoint. After that, I need an API token, which is supposed to be generated from NetBox. So I already have something here, but this is probably expired anyway. So I'm going to go to NetBox, go to admin, scroll down, click on API tokens. Now, I want to add a new token. User is going to be admin. And this is my key, so I can create. And I can copy this. Copy, paste it here. Next. So it found 250 devices, and it is being added over time. It takes a while to kind of gather all the possible devices. So currently 256 devices are found. But keep in mind that the devices that you're trying to add from NetBox should have an IP address attached to one of their interfaces. So they should at least have one IP address attached to their interface, one of the interfaces that they have. And if they don't have it, then the import will not be successful and you get an error. So since we have something here, as we can see, primary IP address is this, and it belongs to one of the devices, but it will automatically map the other IPs, if we have them, to the other devices that we found. Name field, we have the name platform. I can also add this. This is not required, but I can add this as well. We can give it a tag, and vault, I'm going to use vault test, which is something imaginary. And again, if you want to actually manipulate anything and interact with devices, you should provide the correct vault, the device credential. So this is what you see here is just a test vault in order to be able to import the devices. But I cannot actually do anything with those devices. So in a perfect world, if I click on next, 170 devices imported successfully. The ones that have IP address attached to them. So there we go. What I'm going to do here is remove all these devices and come back and try the Slurp'it method. So there we go. Now let's try the Slurp'it method. And the Slurp'it method is exactly the same. You need an endpoint. And again, I'm using the sandbox, a public one, because I just want to have some devices to import. And this one, again, is attached to, it ends with /API. Again, I need an API key. And the way you do that in Slurp'it is you go to settings and, administrator, API keys. And I'm going to add a new one. That would be import to Netpicker. And I just give access to everything and submit. Now this is the token. Paste it here. Next. And it found 7 devices. So you just need some mapping again, IP address or FQDN, a name field, platform field, etc., etc. Vault, again, is going to be test. And again, if I click on next, 7 devices are added. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And that wraps up this particular video. I will see you in the next one.